Alright, morning. Back on day 5. What it is, we was gonna stay in a campsite, but I changed my mind on that. I thought just can't do it. Just can't do people at the moment. So I want to be out in the wilds. So what we come up to is a river called Helmsdale, which is it's a bit out into the wild, to be honest. But I've just pulled up now, and there's a stretch of river with 6 beats on it for salmon fishing. Obviously, the salmon fishing is out of my league, but just on the costs, I was just talking to a guy who pulled up now from Cumbria, and he said the prices he's paying for a small cottage and the fishing for a week for 5 days is $4,000, and he said that's quite reasonable. I thought, well, that's just not in my budget at all, so that ain't happening. But what he said was, we can go down by the river and I can fish him for a bit. Yeah, just watch him fish for a bit and see if he picks anything up. He said it was good fishing here yesterday. They pulled 3 out. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go down. I'll just show you the scenery by here now. Come back in here because of the wind, terrible. So I don't know how he's gonna cast out, but we'll have a look at the art of salmon fishing now. Why would they take the boat on? Just because it's better fishing on the other side?
It's just round faster. The way the wind is today, it's just to ferry people across to get them. That pool down there is 500 yards long, so you just need to get onto that corner and you can fish her way down the far side.
Right.
The pools are big in this beat. They're it's like a big river. It's like a big river really, because the pools are quite long and big. There's another sort of big sweeping pool around here and another big, massive, long pool down the bottom. Depends where you fish. I mean, you catch fish here when the water's at 2'9", so I mean it can be a foot higher than this, a foot and a half higher than this, and you'll still get them there. You think it's too quick for a salmon to lie there, but they're funny springers. When they get into a pool, they'll quite often stop in the first slow bit they find, you know, so quite often they're well down here, sort of out opposite this bit of grass or below it, like, you know.
So how deep is this water by here then?
It's only about that.
Oh, is it?
It's most of it out there is only that deep. There's the odd big stone that'll be touching the bottom. You've got to try and sort of work your way through.
That's why you get some angles like these touching the stones.
There's a spoil there where you get them too late. As soon as I start to feel stones, I start to fly all the time.
Yeah, off the bottom.
These guys, they like swinging the fly. And it's almost like a different religion, moving the fly.
Right.
It's a different thing altogether, right? You know, when in the slow water, you've got to put the speed into the fly and pull it. So that's that way they'll come after it and chase it, like, you know.
Attack it almost, is it? Yeah.
If I fish in conditions like this, I fish with a full sinking line. None of these shooting heads. I fish with a really long, 70 foot long bit of sinking line.
Sinking line. Because these are on intermediate.
And then what I'll do is, if the fly starts touching the bottom, then I'll start moving it quicker, or I'll put a lighter fly on an aluminium or a plastic tube or something like that. Now these guys, they're playing about the lines and trying different weights and that, like, to shoot the rod and that. Italians are like that. Part of the pleasure is in the casting, like, you know?
Yeah, the art of the cast.
That's what it is. Like, you see them debated for hours.
Yeah. I'm a trout fisherman, I am. So.
Well, this is more. See, in the summer, this is more like a trout fishing river.
Oh, is it?
Single hand rod or a wee switch rod and dry flies. Well, it's not dry flies, but hitches and stuff like that. Skating flies. And
okay.
microflies, 18s and 16s, and that's what we're getting them on. Really, really
right,
small,
right,
like trout fly. Trout fly will get you fish in the summer too. Yeah, salmon start to behave a bit like trout in the summer in that they only want really small flies.
And they come and take it off the surface?
They'll take it off the surface too.
yeah.
I mean, most of the takes you see them anyway. You'll see them head and tail right at the side of the fly. You know, you'll see them take it normally. So this is quite a shallow river, so the fish are very sort of surface oriented. So they don't behave like the same in all rivers. These high fish in the highlands are totally different from fish further south.
Right.
The fish south of Inverness don't behave like the fish up here.
No?
They just let the fly swim around quite a bit. There's a fish here like a bit more aggression in the fly. They like it moving a little bit faster.
Yeah.
They seem to want, but there's a lot of dead water in the rivers up here, so that's the only way you can catch a fish is by just casting it and using what a little bit of current is, and then just pulling. So I mean, when I fish that line, and I pull in 50 pulls every cast. I do it every single cut. I can count the 50 sort of without having to go 1, 2, 3, you know.
Yeah, you know
50, as soon as I know 50, bang, that's me down. Next cast out, same thing again, I'll bring 50 pulls in, but they're only pulls like that, you know. Little tweak. The only time I won't pull it is in really heavy water. If that was a foot higher, then I would just maybe move the rod or bounce it up and down, just so the fly will move in the water a little bit, like, you know?
Yeah.
Just to give it a wee bit extra life, you know. It might just make them grab it.
Almost like a figure of 8 then.
Aye. Same thing. Some people use a figure of 8. I prefer a little tweak, you know, a wee bit of violence in the fly, just so it moves a little bit. If you watch a fly that's been fished like that from above a bridge, you think, oh, it looks like it's swimming itself. It's a totally different looking creature altogether. You know? But most people think, it's a spring. The tactics in a spring are where you've got to keep the fly as slow as possible. Not really in this river. You'll get fish fishing it really slow, and you'll get fish fishing it pretty quick. Yeah. These fish act like, I don't know, it's like 6 weeks further on in the season. They're acting more like the summer fish, you know. And so if they see a fly near the surface, they'll come up and hit it, and you'll see the whole damn thing. Like you'll see his back and everything out of the water when he grabs it. Like,
it'll breach out the top, will it?
In water like this, quite often you see a bit of the fish when he takes the fly, you know, you'll see his head just as he turns down or something. Quite often you do nothing in the spring, the water's cold there, they'll just sit there and think, oh, what's going on here a minute, like, you know. It can be like a dead weight for ages. It's like that we fish up here any time of the day at all, anything rounding up from the tide, you know, they cut off and lie down there, have a breather in there, and before they tackle that bit of white water, and then by the time they go up here they're quite tired. Say that last week there was one just showed and it just moved and it just kept on going and going and going and going and going, it just went right up the beach, like it just kept on going up the river. Like.
So how many beats are left up there now then?
Below the waterfalls there's another 2 above us. No, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are above us. So the end of our beat was up where that 3s are.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So there's about a mile of water there that we don't fish. It's just too wide, too slow. There's nowhere where the fish lie in it. So if we go up there, we need the water to be like this pool to be right up to the edge, and we can't fish this. And if somebody's desperate to have a cast for a while, then we just take them up further up above the trees there a bit. Like, but it's not very productive up there. You want it under 3 feet this week, really.
So who owns this stretch then?
Well, I mean, they all own the beats between them.
Right.
So there's 6 beats in the lower river, 6 beats in the upper river. So there's 6 beats above the waterfall as well. So up at Borrable is the upper bit of the river anyway, like, you know. But in the spring we only fish the bottom 6 beats. Right. Because that's where the fish are going to be. The moment we think they're up over the top, we'll go and look. Like, you know, we had a go last week in one of the beats, one of the upper beats, but we never seen anything up there. It's always a bit of kudos on who catches the first fish over the top of the falls.
Right.
Quite often one will get caught in March.